In FX, I don't care. They're raising rates.
Is that what you say to your clients? When I was on the plane to Vienna with you the other day, and you were sitting in front of me and I was flicking your ears, you told your clients in Vienna?
No, but the thing is, earlier today you were telling me about this 2-year note. I was dribbling at the back. I mean, people are buying short duration US interest rate.
But everyone's buying short duration.
Yeah, because there's so much of it and it's so attractive, and you don't have to worry. You don't have to worry about this. You don't have to read my research. You don't have to watch your show. You've got 125 million of the richest taxpayers on earth behind you. They issue in dollars, you're going to get paid, you switch off to the world and you pick up 2.6% with no duration risk.
So you're picking up 0.6 above the inflation rate, yeah?
But with no duration, well, what else are you going to do? You're going to buy this dodgy world. No, the US of A in dollars is giving me 2.6% with hardly any duration risk. I can even go shorter.
So can you answer my question, the one you don't care about whether the Fed is moving too quickly or not quickly enough? Bearing in mind we've had the boss of the Federal Reserve chair getting involved.
Well, the boss of the Federal Reserve chair is no boss, because
basically the President of the United States.
There's an appointment in an independent body, and that independent body makes decisions independently.
That's just not true.
When I have a boss at work, he tells me what to do every day.
That's just not true, David.
And it is true. I'm sorry to say.
Well, would you like me to quote you the Federal Reserve Act of 1913 that was brought in by Carter Glass, who was a Democrat from Virginia, and I quote you from Section 10.2 of the Federal Reserve Act, basically, served for a term of 14 years from the expiration of the term of the predecessor, unless sooner removed for cause by the President. If the President can sack you under the 1913 Federal Reserve Act, Section 10.2, then he's your boss.
No, your boss tells you what to do every day. He's the person that appoints you, and that's very different.
But if the person who appoints you can also sack you under 10.2 of the Federal Reserve Act 1913, he's your boss.
The big difference is that I work because I need the money. Last time I looked, the Federal Reserve chair at the moment was not short of money.
So I just want to confirm something.
He's doing it for the love, baby. And he's doing it, and he will do the right thing, and that's the independence. That is the institutional framework of the United States in action. Don't doubt it. You're going to lose.
So the Federal Reserve Act of 1913, where the man who appoints you can sack you, doesn't make you his boss?
Well, as a football manager, you can sack all your players, but if you do that, you're in serious peril yourself. So what I'm effectively saying
stand aside then.
Is someone that the US has institutional frameworks that are very solid, and what you're trying to do here is doubt them, and I think that's a big mistake.
Well, let me ask you about the psychology just moving forward, because when your boss or not boss starts to come out publicly and talk about what you should be doing as a central bank, do you then dig in your heels and say, I must prove my independence and the independence of this institution? Does it lead to a more hawkish Fed at this point than we might have expected, because they need to demonstrate that they are a separate arm of government?
We know they're a separate arm of government. They don't have to demonstrate it. We know it. We've seen it through the years. We heard that with Greenspan, where there was a Republican, where there was a Democrat, and this and that and the other. And in the end of the day, he did what he thought was right. You may criticize it, but I've heard this all the time. This is not new. Come on. We heard this with Greenspan, as you know. Will they raise rates as a midterm election? Will they do this as Christmas? All this nonsense. Basically, you sit around and you decide as economists what's the right thing to do. And you have a moral and ethical dimension. And so I think doubting the institutional framework of the judiciary in the United States or of the central bank is just a mistake.
Hey everybody, it's Hadley Gamble from our new CNBC Middle East Bureau in Abu Dhabi. Thanks for stopping by. Now to watch more, you can try one of the videos that just popped up on your screen. And don't forget to subscribe.